musicians are settling down, I thought let me just say a few words. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Habitat Center for this wonderful initiative of having the Literature Festival from different parts of our countries, bringing to the fore, bringing a common platform where all our lovely, rich vernacular literature heritage can share and interact with each other. I've been here listening to it, and it was wonderful to hear the beautiful thoughts and the wonderful poetry. Congratulations once again to everyone who's participating in this literature festival and to Habitat Center. और Asha, today I will be presenting something on Vidyapati. Why Vidyapati? वैसे तो my maternal home is very close to where Vidyapati was, which means Muzaffarpur was my maternal home. And though my father's home, of course, is a little from a different Bhojpuri speaking area, but my mother's was from the Maithili speaking area. And Vidyapati is a poet whose poetry has, of course, influenced the culture of that area. The piece that I'll be doing this evening is based on a saying, a belief that there is around the Mithila area. They feel that actually Lord Shiva did descend on this earth and served in the house of Vidyapati as an ordinary servant called Ugna, so that he could listen and sort of be with and listen to the great poetries of Vidyapati. It is one day that, so this is, here's Vidyapati. We start off with Vidyapati writing and asking, entreating the Lord, why don't you descend over here and listen to me? And says, Sivaho Uttarabapara Kaun Vidhina. And then, of course, according to this popular belief in that area, it is that one day Siv actually decides to come down. And he comes in the form of a lowly servant, and he says, my name is Ugna, I don't need anything except to serve at your feet. And which he does. And Vidyapati is happy to have a very servile servant who keeps listening and admiring his poetry, so he has a soundboard. Till one day, Vidyapati has been asked to go to some poetry conference, where he goes. This elderly man, in the height of summer, while he's undertaking that journey, is desperate for water. He's very thirsty, and he faints, asking for water. Ugna looks around, but can't find water anywhere, because there was a famine around, and he just can't find water. Finally, what he does is he takes out the Ganga Jal and gives it to his master, Vidyapati. When Vidyapati revives, he says, where did you get this water from? Because this is just pure Ganga Jal. And then he realizes that the person standing before him is none other than Lord Shiva himself. And he falls at the feet of Lord Shiva, who is his servant Ugna. And Lord Shiva says, keep my secret, I'll be here serving you, listening to your poetries till my secret is kept, till my identity is kept a secret. The day you reveal my identity, I'll disappear. Vidyapati is overwhelmed. But of course, the wife of Vidyapati does not like it. And she says, well, my husband anyway is useless, and so is the servant now. The two of them are engrossed in poetry, and nothing ever gets done. And so she takes her and she starts berating the servant. Vidyapati at that said, don't. He's none other than Shiv. And of course, Shiv disappears. And it is then that Vidyapati laments. And it's a very famous lament of Vidyapati, Ugna re mor katai veena, Ugna re mor katai. So this is the piece that I will be doing, right from his entreatment of asking Lord Shiva to come down and to listen to his poetry till the time Lord Shiv disappears and Vidyapati's lament of Ugna re mor katai veena. My dear Ugna, where have you disappeared? Where have you disappeared? So this is a brief piece.